Welcome all. Today in object oriented programming subject we are going to learn about the methods. So the syntax of method will be type name within bracket parameter list and within curly braces the body of method will contains. So what is type? The type specifies the type of data written by the method. This can be any valid type including classes types that you created. So next the name means the name of the method is specified here. So this is the name of the method. So next parameter list. Parameter list is the sequence of type and identifier pairs separated by comma. The parameters are essentially variables that receive the value of the arguments passed to the method when it is called. If the method has no parameter, then the parameter list will be empty. So here it contains the body of methods. Normally methods that have a return type other than void return a value to the calling routine using the syntax. Using the syntax return value. Using the syntax you can return type the other than void return. So the example for this method is this program. Here this program contains a method inside a box class. So a box class will normally contains the instance, double width, double height and double depth. So next you have to display the volume of box. The volume of box, as we already said, is void type. So void volume. To display the volume, system.out.print. That is, you have to print the letter volume is in the output box. So next you have to print the system.out.println width into height into depth in the output box. So next we are getting to the class box demo 3. So for declaring a classes you have to declare public static void main string args. So you have to, here we have to declare two boxes, my box 1 and my box 2. So for declaring classes, as we already explained for declaring classes in the previous class. So box my box equal to new box my box equal to 2 is equal to new box. These will be as I already discussed in the previous class. So you have to declare first box and next you have to declare second box. So the first box will be my box 1 and second box will be my box 2. Next you have to assign this two boxes instant variable. First you have to assign the my box 1 instant variable, then you have to assign the my box 2 instant variable. So first you have to assign the variable for my box 1. So the variable for my box 1 means my box 1 dot width. Width value for my box 1 will be 10 and the height value for my box 1 will be 20 and depth value for my box 1 will be 15. So next you have to assign the my box instant value for box 2. So my box 2 dot width is equal to 3, my box 2 dot height is equal to 6, my box 2 dot depth is equal to 9. That is, the box 2 with height and depth will be assigned, the value will be assigned. Next you have to display the volume of the boxes. So first you have to display the volume of first box by using my box 1 dot volume, and you have to display the volume of second box by using my box 2 dot volume. Next the program output will be displayed like this. Volume is 3000 because the instant value will be 10, 20, 15. You have to multiply, that is width into height into depth. This value will be displayed in the output. The volume is width into height into depth. So what is the width into height into depth value? 10 into 20 into 15. The value will be 3000. And next for the my box 2 value, the volume will be width into height into depth means 3 into 6 into 9. So the value will be 162 and the two box value will be displayed on the output like volume is 3000 and volume is 162. Next, for returning a value. So for returning a value, now volume returns the volume of a box. So For returning a value, you have to write the instance, that is double width, double height and double depth. So next you have to compute the volume and then return the volume. So first double volume, return width into height into depth. So you have to return width into height into depth. So next you have to declare two boxes, class box demo4 public static void main, and box mybox1 is equal to new box, box mybox2 is equal to new box. So here we are declaring two boxes. First box will be mybox1 and second box will be mybox2. So these two boxes will be assigned. Now you have to assign the value for this two box, instant value for this two boxes. So first you have to assign the instant value for mybox1. Next you have to assign the instant value for mybox2. So first mybox1 instant value will be assigned as mybox1 dot width is equal to 10, mybox1 dot height is equal to 20, mybox1 dot depth is equal to 15. These three values will be assigned in the mybox1. Next you have to assign the box2 instance variable. So box2 instance variable means the box mybox2 dot width is equal to 3, mybox2 dot height is equal to 6, mybox2 dot depth is equal to 9. So here we are assigning the values for the mybox2 instant values, that is width 3, height 6 and depth 9. Next you have to get the volume of the two boxes. First you have to get the volume of first boxes as vol is equal to mybox1 dot volume. So this will be the volume for first boxes. Next you have to print the answer, that is system.out.println. By using the command you have to print the output as volume is. The volume is displayed on the output screen, and the plus vol, that means the vol value will be displayed along with this volume is statement. So the plus vol value will be, what is the plus vol value? mybox1 dot volume. So mybox1 dot volume means, what is the mybox1 dot volume? The mybox1 dot volume will be width into height into depth, that is 10 into 20 into 15. That will be displayed in the volume form, computation volume formula. So volume is 3000 for the mybox1, and next vol is equal to mybox2 dot volume. The same, compute the value for the second boxes. This difference is we have to assign different values for different boxes, that is in box 2 the value of width, height into depth is 3, 6 and 9. So the value printed here is system.out.println. To print the statement you have to write this code system.out.println, and volume will be displayed in the output screen. Plus vol will be the volume that we used, vol is equal to mybox2 dot volume. So the plus vol will be the value calculated in the box 2 instance variable, that is width into height into depth 3 into 6 into 9, that is 162. That will also displayed in the output. So therefore the output is 3000, output is 162. First box value volume and the second box output value. So when volume is called, it puts on the right side of an assignment statement. On the left is a variable, in this case vol, that will receive the return value of the volume, return value by volume. So the syntax is vol mybox1 dot volume. So that will be used here. So here the return value vol is equal to mybox1 dot volume and mybox2 dot volume. That is the syntax here. It will execute the value of mybox1 dot volume is 3000 and then store the value in vol. That means it can execute 10 into 20 into 15 as 3000, and it will execute it and store the value in the vol, that is mybox1 dot vol. Here the value will be stored. The two important things about returning values: the type of data written by a method must be compatible with the return type specified by the method, and also the variable receiving the value written by a method must also be compatible with the return type specified for a method. So next you have to learn how to adding a method that takes parameters. So that takes parameters means, for example, it can be explained clearly by using an example. This program uses a parameterized method. So here, as we already learn about parameterized method in the previous classes. So glass box, double width, double height and double depth, and you have next you have to compute and return the volume as we explained in the previous program. Double volume, return width into height into depth. So next you have to set the dimension of a box. So you have to set the dimension of the box by using void set dim volume W, volume height and double W, double h and double d. So width is equal to W, height is equal to depth, depth is equal to d. By using this code you have to set the dimensions of a box. Next you have to assign and declare a box by using public static void main string args. Here we are assigning two boxes, box my box 1 is equal to new box my box 2 is equal to new box. So these two boxes will be assigned. So next you have to assign double wall. So next you have to initialize each box. That means you have to initialize the instance for each class. So the first box value will be initialized as mybox1 dot set dim 10, 20, 5. That means the box 1 instance will have the value 10, 20, 15. That means W height D. W means width, height means height, D means depth. So the W value will be 10. That is the width of the box 1 will be 10 and the height of the box 1 will be 20 and depth of the box 1 will be 15. That will be initialized by using the statement mybox.1 set dim. And next you have to initialize the second box statement, that is mybox2 dot set dim 3, 6, 9, which means 3 will indicates the width of the mybox2 and 6 will indicates the height of the mybox2 and 9 will indicates the width of the mybox2. So next you have to get the volume of the two boxes by using the formula vol is equal to mybox1 dot volume. So mybox1 dot volume will be value will be computed by using the formula width into height into depth. So width into height into depth. What is the width into height into depth for mybox1 means 10 into 20 into 15. Which will be equal to 3000. The value of 3000 is stored in the wall. Then you have to display this value by using system.out.println. This will be used to print the statement in the output box. Volume will be displayed in the output box and the plus wall value, that is we are calculating in the previous line, wall is equal to mybox1 dot volume. This value will be calculated by using the formula width into height into depth 10 into 20 into 15, that will be 3000. It will be displayed along with this volume is line. Next you have to calculate the second instance box value. Get volume of second box. Second box volume wall is equal to mybox2 dot volume. Next you have to print the output of the second box value. So second box value means what will be the width, height and depth 3 into 6 into 9, which will be 162. That will be calculated by using the second box value. Wall is equal to mybox2 dot volume. This value will be then displayed by using system.out.println. The volume will be displayed in the output box. Along with this volume L, the plus wall value will also displayed in the output box. The plus wall value, what is the plus wall value? The plus wall value is as we calculated in the previous line, that is mybox2 dot volume, that will be width into height into depth, that is 3 into 6 into 9, 162. That will be displayed along with this volume is. So the output is volume is 3000, volume is 162. First instance box value and second instance box value will be displayed. So next you have to learn about this keyword. This keyword is used to refer to the object that invoked it. This can be used inside any method to refer to the current object. So this will be used to refer the current object in the program. That is, this is always a reference to the object on which the method was invoked. This can be used to invoke current class constructor. So let us briefly explain with also an example. So before that we have to see the syntax of this keyword. Syntax means box double w double height double d. So this dot width, this dot height, this dot depth. That means the current program width and current height and current depth. This will be the syntax of the keyword, this keyword. Next, this can be explained by using an example, that is class student. Class student within braces int id string name. So id of the student will be initiated and string name will be initiated. The student int id comma string name, student id and name, that is this dot id is equal to id, this dot name is equal to name. The current student id and the current student name will be initiated. Next, void display. You have to display the student's name and student id by using void display system.out.println. To display the output in the output, you have to use this statement system.out.println id plus means you have the value of id here. The id will be displayed here. The next, within quotation there will be a space. So in the output also, after id there will be a space and plus name. Plus name means the name that we displayed here will also display. So id and name will be displayed by separated by using a space, and the id and name will be displayed in the output box. Next, public static void main string asks the student student 1 is equal to new student, first student name id 01 comma Tarun. The name will be Tarun. Student 2 new student 2 comma Barun. So the two student id will be displayed and the two students name will be displayed. So by using the value id and name, the output will be like this: 01 space Tarun, 02 space Barun. The two students name and id will be displayed like this in the output box. Next one, overloading methods. So overloading methods means when two or more methods within the same class that have the same name but their parameter declarations are different. The methods are said to be overloaded and the process referred to as the method overloading. Method overloading is one of the ways that Java supports polymorphism. There are two ways to overload the method in Java. The two ways are by changing the numbers of argument and by changing the data type. So these are the two ways to overload the method in Java. So let us briefly explain with an example for demonstrating method overloading. So here class overload demo void test system.out.println. First you have to print no parameters in the output box. Next you have to test the overload for one integer. Next you have to test the overload for two integer. Next you have to test the overload for double parameters. So you have to test these three. First test for one integer parameter. So for test for one integer parameter, we have only one integer, that is int a in the void test. So next you have to display the one integer parameter as by using system.out.println for displaying the output for one integer parameter. Next a within colon, you have this will be displayed in the output. After that the plus a, that is int a value will be displayed in this place. Next you have to test for two integer parameter, that is int a comma int b. Before int a only, that is one integer parameter. Next you have to goes for two integer parameter, that is int a comma int b. So int a comma int b means you have to display the two integer parameter that will be overloaded. So system.out.println a and b, the two integer parameter a and b that will be displayed, plus a and space plus b. So next you have to test for double parameter. So double parameter means you have a double a. Next you have the system.out.println will print the double a as plus a. The a value of a will be plus and the written a into a will be also written a into a, that is the value of double A plus A will be A into A. Here A into A means double the value. Whatever the value of A, the value will be double. So next you have to assign the values, that is call the versions of test by using overload demo or is equal to new overload demo double the result. So you have to design now you have to go for the result of dot test ob dot 10 comma 20 results equal to ob dot test 123.25. That means first you have the integer value of int a comma b, next double A. So int a value will be 10. Therefore first you have to already said no parameters will be displayed in the output, so no parameters. Next, for one integer parameter a dot the value of a, so a dot a colon the value of a will be 10, that is the value of a will be 10. Next, in the second two integer parameter a and b, the value of a plus b, the value of a and b, the value of a will be 10 and b will be 20. Next, double A will be the value of A, that is double A will be the value of 123.25 the value. Next, system.out.println result of op test, the op test result will be displayed. So op test result means result of 123.25, that means written A into A. Here formula A into A. A into A means 123.25 into 123.25. The value of A will be 123.25. So the result will be the square of 123.25. That will be the value 15190.5625. The values will be displayed like this. Next topic, method overriding. When a method in the subclass has the same name and type signature as a method in its superclass, then the method in the subclass is said to override the method in the superclass. When an overridden method is called from within its subclass, it is always referred to the version of that method defined by the subclass. The version of the method defined by the subclass will be hidden. So next you can briefly explain the method overriding by using an example. Class A. Here class A. Here you declare a class A integer I comma j. So A class A within int A comma int B, which means I is equal to A, j is equal to B. Next you have to display I and j by using system.out.println I and j is equal to I and j, I plus j. That means the value of I, the value of j will be displayed here. Next, class B extends A, which means the class means B will be extends the class A. The class A will be, sorry, the class B will extends the class A, which means that whatever in the class A, that will not be displayed. Only the class B will not be displayed, which means the class B will overriding the class A. This is method overriding. Let us see. Class B extends A, which means int k. Int k means it a integer k will be called. Then B of int A comma int B comma int C. So super A comma B, k is equal to C. So k is equal to C means the value of C will be assigned to the integer k. Next you have to display the k, the value of k which overrides the show in A. That means k value will be displayed which overrides this statement. That is I and j will be overrides by the k. So next you have to print the statement system.out.println k colon plus k. The value of k will be displayed. So class override B sub of is equal to new B 1 2 3, which means int A is equal to 1, int B is equal to 2, int C. That means the value of C is 3. So here k is equal to C means the value of k is C, that is 3. So sub of dot show means this will call show in B. The output will be only displayed k is 3 and it will not display the I and j value because the method overriding process goes on this example. When show is invoked on the object of type B, the version of show defined within B is used. Here show, the version of show will be invoked in an object of type B. The version of show defined within B is used. If you wish to access the superclass version of an overridden method, you can do so by using super. If you are using super version, that is, for example, class B extends A. The class B will extends class A int K, int A, comma, int B, comma, int C, super A, comma, B. A comma B, K is equal to C. Next, void show, super show, this calls A show. Super dot show. In the previous example, this line will not be given, that is super dot show. Therefore, the overriding method overriding is takes place. Here, this line super show will calls the class A show. Next, you have to print the system dot out dot println. So, the value of K will be printed next in the by using that statement system dot out dot println. So, the value of K here will be 3. The value of K will be 3 and the value of I will be 1 and the value of J will be 2. That will also displayed in the output as I and J is 1 and 2 and K is 3. So, these 3 value will be displayed in the output by using the statement super dot show, because this statement will calls the class A shows. That will be absent in the previous example. So, in the previous example only K is 3 will be displayed, and in this example by using super dot show the I and J value will also displayed. So, here super show class calls the super class version of show. That's all. Thank you, students.